And so I'm bracing myself for this encounter, and Mike Cruz comes in. And he tells me about this tour that he had just finished with a local doctor who was literally in tears, he said, from just being so impressed at what he'd seen of the hospital and being so overwhelmed, really, by all the good that he could do in and through the hospital. And so this really put things back in focus for me, as had really many similar incidents in the past, be it encounters with the immigration officers in the airport as I come in and out of Guam, or the checkout ladies in Payless and in Ross, who are, every time they see me, expressing real support for the hospital project and real appreciation for all the hospital could do for Guam and for the region. And yes. And so the thing about it is what's come to focus to me is that we're building a great thing here. We're doing a great thing here. So of course it's going to be hard, and of course it's going to take a really long time. And I think that all the headaches and all the heartaches are really directly proportional to the greatness, to the grandness of the vision to which we are all directed. And the other good thing about this situation is that because of the greatness, because of the grandness of this vision, we haven't lacked for people who have supported us, who have come to our aid and really contributed to making this day happen. And you're all here today. I'd first like to acknowledge the men and the women of the Guam Regional Medical City. You guys give yourselves a hand. This is an organization, 400 and counting, really from all different fields, from all different parts of the world, really. And all drawn together by this big dream that is the Guam Regional Medical City. And the work has been challenging, continues to be very challenging. The work circumstances have been far from ideal. There was one time when we were actually working out of an old beer warehouse, if you can imagine that, in Anigua, and minus the beer, not really a great place to work. But they've remained focused, and they've remained motivated, and they've remained positive. Well, for the most part, they have. And Guam is really lucky to have them, and GRMC is really lucky to have them. So thank you very much, guys. I need to say thank you to the leaders of Guam. Governor Calvo, Vice Governor Tenorio, Congressman Bordalio, Speaker Juan Pat, Mayor Savares, our mayor. We know we were not necessarily always the politically expedient choice, the politically popular choice, but we always knew that we were your choice. And so we were very grateful for that. And we're very grateful in advance for this continuing support as we move forward in this work. I need to say thank you to the management and the leadership of the medical city, led it here by Dr. Bengson. You guys have made taken a tremendous risk on us. And we are humbled by the trust that underlies that risk. And we're fully committed, we're wholly committed to prove deserving of all that trust. I'd like to say special thank you to Mrs. Virgie Alano. Virgie is an OR nurse who over the years has really risen to the leadership ranks of the medical city, and Virgie knows everything you need to know about building and operating hospital. And she's been my roommate, through all this time. And she's been an incredible resource for the project and personally, particularly for moral support. So maraming salamat, G. Need to pay tribute to Peter's Grow and Kathy's Grow. This really all began with them and through them. So thank you very much, Peter. And finally, I need to say thank you to my brood here, Jan, Javi, Nika, and Rihanna and Digo. Over the last few months, our engagements have really been more through Skype than in person. And having a virtual wife, a virtual mom, really not that easy. But you know, they've remained positive and they've remained encouraging. So thank you guys. You know, whatever I'm able to do, it's really because of you. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised that we've managed this incredible accomplishment because it's really all a result of you. And the work is really just beginning. We need to get started on the real work to which we're directed, which is elevating and improving the healthcare in Guam and the region. And we're very excited to get that started. And as always, you know, as a family, as an organization, as a community in this region, we will work together to ensure our success. So thank you very much. See you, Smase. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Margaret. One of the things that she didn't mention in that short remarks that she delivered was that I believe that you guys just opened up in the Middle East. You're doing due diligence in Vietnam for more medical facilities, and frankly, the lady makes it look easy. So how about it one more time? A round of applause for Margaret Bengzon. I first had the occasion to meet this gentleman when they came out here a few years ago, when we had right over there, if you remember, the groundbreaking ceremony for the Guam Regional Medical City. And I thought at the time, that's a heck of a guy, and I think so now. I'd like to welcome to the stage and the podium the President and CEO of the Medical City, Dr. Alfredo Bengzon.
Day, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Last night over dinner, I asked Margaret what she was going to say. And she said, I haven't thought about it. When she says that, I always get nervous. Because I'm a neurologist and a compulsive person, so everything has to be in order. I wrote this by hand all night. I wrote it from the brain, but I speak from the heart. Governor Eddie Calvo, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio, Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo, Archbishop Apuron, Speaker Juan Pat, Chief Justice Robert Torres, Senator Mary Torres, Vice Speaker Cruz, Senator Tina Muna Barnes, Senator Nerissa Underwood, Philippine Consul General Marciano Deborah, Consul of Palau, Consul of FSM, Captain Nicholson, and Mayor Nerissa Barnes. Today, an impossible dream comes true. This event formalizes the opening of the Guam Regional Medical City, a journey that the medical city, a Philippine healthcare institution, embarked on in 2011. I believe that on this occasion, it is appropriate for me to reveal to you how TMC fashioned this dream with audacity, a spirit of accountability, and a sense of community. This venture, or over $200 million, is the medical city's investment in the proposition that the people of Guam deserve in situ a facility that will provide fuller and more appropriate responses to the burden of diseases, particularly the more complex ones. GRMC is TMC's biggest investment, the first Filipino hospital on American soil. When we broke ground on November 2011 in Dededo, one of your indigenous people approached me and said, "Thank you for taking a chance on us." That pronouncement has been for us the reference of their project from beginning to the present and to forever. Thank you for taking a chance on us. And it is our privilege and honor to build this facility, a gift from the medical city and the Filipino people to the people of Guam. The journey to our promised land has been no easy ride, to put it politely. As might be expected of a venture of this magnitude and creativity. But we have been unrelenting on a facility that assures quality and safety for those who are served and for those who are served, as well as being guided by the principal accountability throughout the building of the project. Our medical and other health and administrative personnel come from diverse personal circumstances and professional background and engagements. And so it has been very reassuring to see a sense of community quickly emerge and hold firm through the most challenging periods of organization and building. Now, as we transition from building and organizing phases of the project to its operational phase, I invite you, the people of Guam, to consider drawing inspiration from those three spirits: audacity, accountability, and community, that have animated the two earlier phases, and the better to understand, receive, and engage in the medical city way of thinking, feeling, and acting on health. First, audacity. The medical city invites all of you to embrace its institutional value proposition of patient partnership, founded on the belief that because health is every person's right, so also must it be every person's responsibility. Unfortunately, the antithesis of the aforementioned commonsensical and self-evident statement that is the ascendancy of the provider and the passivity of the beneficiary, has prevailed over the decades and indeed centuries, significantly accounting for many of the diseconomies and inequities of health systems the world over. With typical audacity, the medical city has taken on the leadership role of changing mindsets and heartsets of both providers and beneficiaries, and urges the people of Guam to embrace this mission. Secondly, accountability. The currency of the medical and health professions is the relationship between those who serve and those who are served, and all consequences therefrom. For life, indeed, is about relationships with things, with self, with others, with things such as money and power, with self, with others as individuals and communities, with God. All of us, I believe, need to do a better job in terms of respect, in terms of appropriateness, in terms of compassion and love. And we need to reflect and look inward and use occasions like this to understand relationships and deliver on accountabilities. Thirdly, community. The model here is the human person in the workings of his body physiology, which is there, created and structured to ensure order out of hierarchy, and above all, to create and sustain balance. That is the desirable state of human life. Multidisciplinary engagements, not just among doctors, but among nurses too, and all health professionals, constitute healthcare teams. And patients are not only those who bear the burden of disease, but also those who care for and love those who are so burdened. Community must also exist between the health sector and all other sectors, in particular the sectors who hold and create wealth, and the sector which wields power, namely government. Just a little more time and your forbearance to end on two notes. The first note is to thank the people of Guam for the gift to build the Guam Regional Medical City. In the process of moving earth, pouring cement, laying tile, you have given us a chance to understand ourselves better and to reveal ourselves to you. The second is for me to say from the heart, thank you to my colleagues from the medical city for making possible this gift. Let me enumerate a few. Our chairman, Dr. Augusto Sarmiento, and our treasurer, Mr. Eki Gonzalez, who have been unable to be with us this morning for circumstances beyond their control. Their leadership provided the foundation, provided under their leadership, the foundational decision for Medical City to cast its biggest investment for the people of Guam was made. I also wish to thank the shareholders of Professional Services Incorporated, those who own the Medical City, now a national and international network, as well as the men and women of the Medical City community. Separated by distance, as it were, they have been with us every step of the way. In all the expected struggles and in all the victories that come in the course of this project. I wish to cite by name the following people from Medical City who have been engaged in the front lines of this project and have given of themselves energy-wise and time-wise so much that back in the Philippines, we are alert as to the possibility that they might want to consider locating themselves here permanently. Let me cite Hil Palcone. Just wave your hand if you're here. Don Rabanal. Gemma Cruz. Where is Gemma? Oh, she doesn't dress like that in Medical City. But most of all, I want to say something about Margaret. We toured the facility Saturday. My barangay. That's the terminology for your bailiwick when you're running for office. Your children and your grandchildren. And she did not know much of the talking. They were carried out by Mike, by Gloria, by Alan. I have not yet captured all of your names. But I was watching her, and sometimes the unspoken word says a lot more about what's inside. She is Vice President for Strategic Services and Network Development of the Medical City. But I want to remember her, especially on this occasion, as wife to my son John and mother to my grandchildren, Javi and Den and Nika and Rihanna and Digo, and auntie to the rest of the clan. We have a weekly ritual. Saturday is most sacrosanct because all of my kids and their families come home and exchange stories on their lives, their hopes, their ambitions, their struggles, their frustrations. And in the recent past especially, I don't know how far back it goes, she has been absent from those days, from those sessions. My wife and I have mixed feelings about her absences. And I never forget a lesson that my mother once taught me when I had just returned after years of training in America. And she said that once you are a parent, you will always be a parent. And it's tougher to be a parent when your children are all grown up and on their own. The sense of community in our family is what has sustained us through the years. So you understand where the feeling is coming from. But as I got to know more and more and more about the project and more about what the project demanded on her, not sure if her husband and her children knew about those demands to the same degree that I insight to. I did not know whether to share my anxiety with them or to hold back, be quiet, and say, this is the Lord's work for her, for on this earth. As JFK once said, God's work must truly be our own. And so, the coming together and being present on this long-awaited inauguration has been for us a gift for my barangay. Something that I saved up for over a year. Something that I prayed the weather to be given to us to be happy on this very happy occasion. I believe that in addition to her many assets as Auntie Super Lady, that's what we call her, the thing that ties this all together is her inexhaustible capacity for self-sacrifice in the service of people who are in need, offered to the people of Guam from the citizens of Medical City and the Philippines. I wish to thank you once more for the gift that you have given to us to build the Guam Regional Medical City. And in turn, from the heart, I wish to thank my children and grandchildren, and Margaret especially, for giving the best of ourselves in the service of the people of Guam. Mabuhay.
Some Kleenex for the front row over here. It's not a dry eye among the Bengzon family. One more time, a round of applause for Dr. Bengzon. And, of course, the family. Thank you for your vision, sir. Our next guest is no stranger to the microphone. She taught me how to work these years ago. Our Congresswoman, the Honorable Madeline Zebra-Dalio.
Thank you very much, Ray. I don't think anyone could teach Ray anything. If you listen to his daily morning shows, he pretty much knows it all. But Hafade, mabuhay, good morning, everyone. Governor Calvo, and all of the other distinguished guests that are here this morning, I too welcome you. And I do want to say something, and it's difficult to follow an inspirational speech such as Dr. Bengtson. I don't know how I can do any better. I mean, it was beautiful. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. I want to say that before I go into my few remarks here this morning, that, and of course to welcome the PSA President and CEO, Alfredo Bengtson, and the Guam Regional Medical Center CEO, Margaret Bengtson, and her family. But I want to say that, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, that the very first time I heard about this idea of another hospital for Guam was when Pete Scrow came to my office and talked about it. And I want to thank Pete because he had the difficult time of going around and trying to convince everybody that this was necessary. This is going to be a hospital with specialized care. And I right away agreed with him. I said, yes, I think this is a good idea. And then he went on to talk to nonprofit organizations throughout the island to try to convince them about it. And then, of course, along with him came Margaret. And I saw Margaret on numerous occasions when she came up and talked about it. So from the very start, I have supported this idea. And now I'm very, very happy to be here when this all takes place. I would like to welcome everyone here and share how pleased I am that I am on the island. We are in the midst of very important legislation in the U.S. Congress right now because we have the month of August as recess time. So I did get away because I knew there were some important events, particularly with Liberation too. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the Guam Regional Medical Team. I was so impressed with the newspaper this morning and all the doctors and nurses that are going to be on board, and the larger Medical City team visiting for today's event. Our community continues to improve the quality and accessibility of healthcare on Guam. But there still is much work that remains to ensure that our people have the highest level of care available. The completion of the Guam Regional Medical Center and its opening to the public adds to these efforts, and it is another positive addition to our community. So this is a very good day for Guam. I'm confident that the GRMC is committed to providing quality and consistent healthcare services to Guam and our neighboring islands. Through the network of hospitals and medical professionals, GRMC is also another partner to help in our fight against chronic, non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, impacting our people at a great rate. They are building Guam's capacity for healthcare with a 130-bed facility with many specialties, which will help allow our people to stay on island to receive medical treatment. And I do want to elaborate on that because over the years, hundreds and thousands of people and their families have had to travel off island to the Philippines and to the United States and spend a great deal of money to be with their loved ones. Then they receive special care. Now we have it on Guam. Now, if we need specialized health care, our families can be with us at no additional cost. And I think it will be such a more comfortable atmosphere to be right here at home while you're receiving medical care. So for this, I congratulate you, Dr. Bengson, and the rest of the family for having that foresight. Now we have it on Guam, specialized care. Healthcare is a very personal and sensitive issue, and improving its quality and access on Guam is an ongoing and challenging endeavor. So I am proud, very proud, to join our community in celebrating the opening of the GRMC, and I congratulate the management, the staff, the investors, and all who had a role in making this project a reality this morning. And I look forward to many years of success and the betterment of healthcare for all the people of Guam. Si Jus Mase, maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I'm sorry, delayed for just a moment. I wanted to check out and make sure that they had very good dietetic food on the inside for you to have in just a little bit. And was also admiring with Dave Alcorn that television that we're all watching here this morning, all the speeches coming. What you don't know is they've got TVs that size in all of the rooms upstairs. So when you stay here at the hospital, you'll have all kinds of stuff to look at. I'd like to bring up Governor Eddie Jerome Baza Calvo, and a special note to you. I have the script for your address, and you used the word benidoso in the address in a good way, the same way that Dr. Bengzon used the word audacity in a good way. So I think it's going to be interesting to hear what the governor has got to say on the occasion of the grand opening of the Guam Regional Medical City. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Jerome Baza Calvo, Governor of Guam.
Buenas and hafide, todos hanzo. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, and good morning to all. I want to first of all acknowledge all our dignitaries, both our spiritual leadership, both those in elected office and appointed, and all those that represent this community. And I see also members of our armed services here. To all the people of Guam, both private sector and all citizens and all residents that are here in this very, very special time. Most importantly, and most especially, a welcoming and thanks. A thanks to the Medical City family. A thanks to the GRMC family. Again, Dr. Alfredo Bengzon, you mentioned the impossible dream. That was my father's favorite song. So I promise to sing that with you. And this is one of those dreams that have come true. And of course to Margaret Bengzon, for GRMC, this young lady, her tenacity, her intelligence, and her willingness and commitment to go and make this project succeed. And I know there have been obstacles, but you've had that can-do attitude that there is no obstacle that cannot be overtaken and pushed through, and you've done it. Look at where we are today. To all those, whether it's the shareholders, the management, the board, and all those that work for Medical City in the Philippines, and soon to be around the world, and now in Guam. Congratulations to all of you. Let's give them a hand. Now, I'm sure this past week you've noticed the unveiling of the Imagine Guam strategy, and this is where our administration is going to be working with the community in looking to how Guam will be in 50 years. So I can imagine myself in 50 years. I'll be here. Of course, thanks to the hospital. We have all this quality health care in Guam. As I'm sitting there with a decaf cup of coffee with my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, I'll be thinking and reminiscing of my years as a youth, from whether it was infanthood to my senior status in the year 2065. But I will be reminiscing about a very special year and a very special summer. The summer of 2015. And I'm sure whether it's myself or many other of our people in the year 2065, they'll be thinking about the past as well. And maybe it'll be in history books. And it'll be about that special summer in 2015, that pivotal summer when so much change happened in our island. Just a few weeks back, we had the soft opening of Guam's first five-star hotel, newly built in more than a decade. It's a new signal of the next step that Guam would be taking in tourism services. Just a few days ago, and Congressman Berdalio, you've been very instrumental with us, and all of us here in elected office, working collaboratively with our federal partners in this long journey. Well, a few days ago, the EIS was released. So 30 days from now, the record of decision will occur. It will be one of the most pivotal changes strategically in this part of the world, where the United States sets in motion its repivot to the Asian Pacific region. And now, today, we have this opening of this just beautiful facility. And I believe when people look back at this period, they're going to look at certain things that happened, what it meant to the people. Obviously, brand new hotel, more jobs. We're going to have millions of more tourists coming to Guam, having a great time on Guam. It'll be great for our economy. Of course, with the military buildup, there's going to be billions of dollars in construction up over there. It's going to be good, again, jobs, taxes being paid, Section 30 money. There will be security in the Asia-Pacific region. Now, I thought about that, and I'm sure when I'm thinking about it in 50 years, it's great to have great hotels. I love it. And I'm sure every one of our citizens every so often goes in a staycation, visits a hotel and eats there and goes to the beautiful water parks. But in reality, most of these hotels, we don't have 1.3 million people. We don't have 2 million people. Those hotels, the majority of the time, will be from visitors coming from many different places, enjoying the beauty of Guam, our hospitality, our culture, this wonderful environment. And I think about the pivot. Again, it is good. We are a patriotic people. Again, there's going to be so much positives to our economy, and it will build stability for the region. But this is all, of course, primarily because of the mission of our defense forces, and their mission is to protect the United States and its interests and its allies. And the Defense Department, and this is for the benefit of the Defense Department, that's for all of us, but that's the critical mission. And I thought about it. Our two pillars, tourism and the military. Then I come back to the summer of 2015 and the opening of the GRMC. This is not, and I'm sure we probably have plans in the future for getting some of those military folks or maybe some of our tourists. But GRMC and what it represents not to the Defense Department, not to someone from Tokyo or Beijing or Seoul, but what it represents to someone who lives in Jigu, or someone who works in Tumon, or someone who's stationed in a Chamorro, thank goodness he's stationed in Guam, in Naval Base Guam, or that Manamku from Yamadak or Malesu. GRMC and what it represents to the people of Guam. To the people of Guam. This has been built with a focus, not outward, not geopolitically strategic. It was built for the people of Guam. And that is the beauty of the summer of 2015. But now, for those of you who were in the 70s, I'm a little bit too, I wasn't that, I think I was still in elementary school. Okay, I'm lying, middle school, high school. But with this opening of what this facility means and what it means to the people of Guam and the quality of health care for our people and for our future generations, I'm going to call, as a result of GRMC, the Guam Regional Medical City, I'm going to call the summer of 2015 the summer of love. The summer of love for the people of Guam. Congratulations. God bless you. Thank you.
You can turn it up. Yeah. How about one more time for the governor, Eddie Jerome Baza-Calvo? We've a touch of entertainment left in the program before we're all done. To tell you all about that, Carl Gumatautau and our bendición.
Hafadam todos. Gov maguget, gov banadosuit, na be introduce pago, na spichat na bendición para Guam Regional Medical City, para Hamzu. Ladies and gentlemen, Gumatautau lagu.
You may be seated. Well,
Tao Logu, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far with those drums. We might be able to use them in just a little bit, so stay close. Yeah, put things together back up on our little stage area here. Normally, in an event like this, everything that you need to know about the event is right here on the placard that they handed you or put on the chair. There is at least one event that is not on any script that I have seen. In fact, I was just told about it a few minutes ago. Apparently there was an offer about a song and singing. And so, yeah, this is going to happen. I'd like to ask Governor Eddie Jerome Baza-Calvo and Dr. Bengzon to join. That's what I said. Let me see if I can. There we go. Let's get that out.
I'm doing this for you.
You want the podium back?
I'm back up.
All right, Kev, I think your boss would like the podium back.
Yeah, just bring it back. I think that was 2 years ago, Governor, on the occasion of the topping ceremony when you gave a reception. And I said that in true Filipino fashion, every Filipino celebration involves singing.
But those
so
Filipino politicians are good singers. I don't know.
You don't remember? Well, when you went to Manila a few weeks ago, that was the first thing you told me. Okay. So here am I to make sure that we deliver on our promise, as every politician should do.
Oh boy. I thought we were going to do this in a karaoke bar.
That can be arranged too.
Yeah, I made sure that if you know the tune, that's all you need to do. Know the tune, the words are here. Okay. You said this is your dad's favorite song. I think it's appropriate for this event.
Okay.
Okay, and -1 should go on now.
I'm back up. I'm back up here. Huh?
Impossible dream.
The impossible dream to find the unbeautiful fall, to end with the unbearable sorrow,
To run where the brave dare not go.
to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary,
To reach an unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far, we'll fight for the right without question or call. To be willing to much to help for a heavenly call. And
no,
no,
if I only be true to this glorious quest,
that my heart
will lie peaceful and calm, but I'm a true man. And the world will be better for this. That one man gone and covered the sky,
just go
with his last ounce of courage to find
Better reach, not fight.
the unbeatable fall. To
passing mark.
Unplanned and unrehearsed.
Yeah, unplanned, huh? Carlos Barreto just happened to have the theme music in the background. We leave nothing to chance here at GRMC. That's a fact. But I couldn't help but notice how programmed you all are, how programmed everybody is. Once the singing started, you all looked at the TV looking for the words. It's just like it's a karaoke, but all right. There's maybe a couple more surprises left in store. Let's see if Ray can sing. Yes, you can have your scissors back. You'll need those here in just a few moments. I'd like to ask, so that we can cut this behind me, I would like to ask the following principals of the GRMC to join me for the official ribbon cutting. Margaret Bengzon. Dr. Bengzon. The governor of Chuk, Art Milo, if you would. The guy that called us to a meeting at the Hyatt, I can't even remember how many years ago, and said, we're going to build a new hospital, Pete Scrow. Mayor Melissa Savares, who, upon hearing that they were going to put it here, started referring to it as her hospital. Mayor. Governor Calvo, of course. Speaker Juan Pat. Congresswoman Berdalio. Lieutenant Governor Tenorio. And Chief Justice Bob Torres. I think, yeah, I'm going to go on this side because I can feel the air conditioning from here. Well, I don't. Do you want to be facing this way or facing this way? You want to face this way. Photographers, videographers on this side. Thank you, Norman. Good job. Do you guys still have those drummers? Bring me a couple of the drums and a couple of players. Yeah. Good, good, good. All right, I'm going to say when in just a second. I'm going to count backwards from 3, but I need the drummers to be making all kinds of noise, all right? We're going to do it like a big brrrr, and then I'm going to count 3. And you can help me. Audience, I'm going to need help on this. Some of you have MDs. You can count backwards from 3. All right. Scissor holders ready? Drummers, give me a beat. The Guam Regional Medical City officially opens in 5. Viva! Remember I told you there were going to be a couple more surprises? Like this one, it jingles.